Okay, so the new Spider-Man movie came out, and I went to go see it, and I'm not gonna lie to you, that movie's like a 7 out of 10. I don't know what's the hype about it. It's not bad, but also it's not my favorite. Also, not to mention, today's story is kind of insane, and if you guys read the title of it, yes, I was Spider-Man, and I did the Devil's Tango. And there's a lot to explain. So let's just get straight into this insane story. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name is Bubba, and welcome back to an insane story. So today's story takes place, actually funny enough, my grade 10 year and around October when Halloween was coming up. So in my school, for some reason, there was a tradition to do a Halloween dance. Basically, it's when people would dress up, go to school late at night, and basically get candy and also have like a dance prom kind of thing. And I remember my school took this very seriously. And all the couples in my school would always, you know, like get excited for it because it was the one time where they get to show off their coupleness by getting, you know, costumes. So like, you know, for example, Mario and Princess Peach, a eggplant and a peach, you know, just the common stuff. I think the most popular one was being crayons, like kind of cringe, but anyways, going on from there. I remember back when I was in high school, everyone was super excited for this dance. And me, I was as single as I could ever be in grade 10. So I remember what I decided to do was basically just go as something I really liked. And obviously right now my favorite superhero is Batman, but I remember this specific year, I decided to change it up and went as Spider-Man. And I got my favorite Spider-Man costume because obviously the best Spider-Man is Andrew Garfield. No one can change my mind about that. Please go in the comment down below and say what your favorite Spider-Man is. And if you say Tobey Maguire, just know that you're old. Anyways, going on from there, I remember I was going to the mall and I was with my grandma, funny enough, and we were trying to choose a Spider-Man costume. I remember as we were walking around, my grandma found this really cool one, and honestly, for some reason, this Spider-Man outfit was like the black Spider-Man outfit, not the Miles Morales one that's a part of the new movie, but it was just a black Spider-Man outfit. And me, I thought it was really cool because it was unique, and obviously knowing like someone else could go as Spider-Man, I could be like a ninja Spider-Man. Obviously, that's not who it was the venomous Spider-Man, but you guys know what I mean. If you guys saw Spider-Man 3, you guys get it. Anyways, going on from there, I remember I bought it, and basically like around that day of Halloween, I ended up wearing that Spider-Man costume, but I didn't wear the mask. I remember I was walking around the school with my Spider-Man costume on, and like obviously I had like a jacket over it kind of. To be honest, actually, the more I think about it, it kind of looked like Miles Morales, but in a way, like it was just my own outfit. And no, I wasn't wearing Jordans before anyone thinks I'm trying to copy Miles here, okay? But from there, I remember I was walking around my school, and I still didn't have a date to the dance. So I remember I decided to walk around, see who else was wearing what outfits, and I remember I saw a girl dressed as a devil. Now, when I saw this, obviously, I found it that she was really attractive because she was a girl with blonde hair, blue eyes, and she was wearing a really, well, how do I put this? A really high skirt, if that makes any sense. I don't know. Let's just say no one follows school dress code, and honestly, no one really cared because it was Halloween. So obviously, it was the one time of year where girls could wear whatever they want without getting in trouble, or wear basically nothing. I mean, Cinderella can do it at 12 a.m. I don't see why you guys can't. Anyway, sorry, that's not the point. Going on though, I remember basically from there, I ended up basically walking up to this devil girl chick, and I said, "Hey, like, how's it going? So like, you going to the dance today or what?" She looked at me really like upset and said, what are you supposed to be, a ghetto Spider-Man? Just because my Spider-Man suit's black doesn't mean it's ghetto, okay? And second, I ended up telling her that I was black Spider-Man, and she ended up laughing. She said there was no such thing, so obviously this girl was not in the arts of Spider-Man, or how do I put this? She was uncultured swined. So I remember as I was like explaining to her who Spider-Man was and why the Spider-Man suit's black, I remember she ended up looking at me saying, "Okay, like, what do you want? Like, you're clearly not here just to tell me about Spider-Man." And that's when I ended up asking her to go to the, you know, the dance. She ended up looking at me, and she looked kind of to the side and then looked like right back into my face and saying, I guess my other date canceled on me. Great, I'm second choice. That's basically the first thing I thought in my mind, but obviously I didn't really care. The whole thing happened, and I ended up walking away, and I ended up going to the boys, and I explained to them how I basically have a date to the dance and how it's gonna be exciting. All my friends had girlfriends at the time, so they were all like flexing their couples, you know, costumes. As for me, well, I was just Spider-Man, but you know, it didn't really matter because, you know, didn't really mean much to me, I guess. I don't know. I was jealous, but I didn't care enough, okay? But going on from there, I remember at this point, things became actually kind of weird because I remember when I was at the school dance and the whole dance was starting up, I remember I was waiting outside for this chick to show up. The chick ended up showing up, except instead of being a devil, she changed to being an angel, which is kind of weird, but I mean, hey, I guess, you know, naughty and nice, I guess. I don't know. So I remember when I saw her, I ended up basically walking up to her and I'm like, hey, like, you ready to go to the dance? And I remember she looked at me as if she was confused and actually like really lost. I don't know what was going on with her, but I remember I just ended up grabbing her hand and we ended up going into the dance. When I went into the dance, I remember I was just talking to her and stuff and basically like apologizing for how awkward I was earlier telling her about Spider-Man. But she kept looking at me as if she was confused and not knowing what I was saying. But honestly, she was really quiet, so I mean, that's kind of a win, I guess. One thing led to another. We were on the dance floor and me and her were just dancing and stuff, and I realized that this girl didn't say one word to me for like the last hour. And then I remember a slow dance ended up coming on, and one thing led to another. Me and her were slow dancing, and well, let's just say one thing led to another. We got really close. My chest was against her chest, and well, let's just say I felt her cherries on my chest, and you know, your boy kind of got bricked, and one thing led to another. We ended up kissing. We ended up kissing on the dance floor, but one thing I realized is that this girl seemed really different for some reason than the chick I originally asked. And in that is when I realized, when I opened my eyes in the middle of the kiss, I realized that when I looked across the room, there was a girl dressed in a devil costume that looked exactly like this angel. And that's when I realized she had a twin sister. Obviously, it was super awkward in the moment. I didn't really know what to think. I kind of just said, you know what, let it just be. But then obviously from me making eye contact and opening my eyes to her, she ended up seeing me and she walked up to me saying, okay, like, what the hell? You asked me first to the dance and then now you're dancing with my deaf sister? Wait, she's deaf? Is what I said? Yeah, this girl had no idea what was going on, and honestly, it's kind of scary knowing that. Apparently, this hand signal she was making was like her talking to me. I didn't know. It was my first time meeting a deaf person. Kind of awkward. I don't know, but I will say this much. I ended up basically getting like a kind of like a hand signal saying thank you for the dance and stuff, and also thanks for the kiss is apparently what she said with her hand gestures. And then afterwards, the devil ended up looking at me saying, you kissed my sister? It's kind of weird, but like, you're gonna have to make it up to me. How am I gonna do that? And then that's when I realized that apparently me and her, we went to the all-gender bathroom in our school and we ended up doing the Devil's Tango. Yeah, wow, that's actually kind of weird to say. As Spider-Man, I did the Devil's Tango with the devil. It's kind of cool, actually, the more I think about it. But anyways, guys, that is basically it for today's story. Make sure you guys do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And like I always say, just follow for more embarrassing but crazy stories. Peace out, guys.